Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, if you are Russian, you have to understand that Putin became Hitler because of you. This is this fantastic guy called Zelensky says in an interview. He said that you guys turned Putin into Hitler, and actually you made him like that. So how do you like that? The whole nation together. Why? Because you seem to have voted in the wrong way. So this is what Zelensky accuses. I'm going to show you an article from the New Voice of Ukraine, and the picture here that these guys decided to promote with Zelensky is so misleading, and I will tell you why. Here, the New Voice of Ukraine. Zelensky says Russians let Putin grow into a second Hitler. Only the world can stop him now. That is, he wants the whole world to attack you. And he's talking about Russia starting a third world war. Is this panic? Just as a side note, remember Zelensky's peace plan? Where is it? How many countries agreed to it? How many countries said, yes, we're going to be with your plan? 62, I think. Out of how many? 195. So that's what? A third? A third of the world, these guys succeeded into, I would say, coercing some of them to do what they want them to do. So 62. That's why they don't talk anymore. They don't talk about Zelensky's plan. It was a little bit of about 3 weeks. About 3 weeks ago, they had a little opening where they say, I'm with Zelensky's plan, I'm with Zelensky, yeah, I'm with Zelensky's 10-point plan or whatever plan. It was what? Where is it? It's 62 countries. And besides, you take, how many of these were neutral? I mean, let's take out Al Capone, and then Al Capone's people, vassal states, are not neutral. So you take the European Union, which has to go like a country, but even though certain countries over there disagree with, you have NATO, you have some countries in the Far East, right? You have Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Japan, and Palau, and Zapalau, and Kapalau, and you got 62. That's it. So if you take the European Union and NATO countries and the 3-4 I mentioned over there, let's ignore the Far East. You get about what, 40? So you actually convinced 22 countries from neutral states, not the ones involved in Ukraine, from neutral states, to say, yeah, we're okay. And that could be solved very easy. Blackmail, threats, money, and so on. Or maybe they see it that way. But what I'm trying to say is they dropped that bullshit. Why? Because it did not stick. So let's go back to this weasel here, who supposedly, poor guy, he wears this clothes because, he's at war, and it would be probably unfair for him to dress with a tie and suit and so on, while the population is hurt and suffers. If that would be correct, I would agree with that. And again, he got a little beard right here that never grows bigger than that, and is always trimmed. Just look at the pictures this guy's posted. Always trimmed around right here, about the cheeks, right here. That means, that's a show. Now, you see over there, those sandbags over there, in case, the Russians attack. Now, those sandbags, if you look, I think there's some staircase over there. What's that for? Why are they over there? Why are those sandbags located over there? You tell me, what the hell is the purpose of that? I don't understand it, and I'm not a dumbass. Maybe I am, but I don't get it. It's a staircase right here. That's, you go up, you go in the other little hallway, and then turn probably left and right here. Anyway, that's why I have these two columns here, but try to make sense. Again, he's over here, the poor guy, he's not at the office and all that, and look at his little ring over here on his middle finger that points at us all the time. So, move on. The world faces the prospect of stopping Russian dictator Vladimir Putin or seeing the start of a third world war. Well, he decided that there's only two options. Only two options. There's no other option. Well, I do not agree with his premises from the very beginning. So, further, whatever he's going to have to say here for me goes here and here. Why? Because I don't agree with his only two premises that he wants to work in the framework of these two propositions. The world faces the prospect of stopping him or seeing the start of the terrible war. So you're with us or against us. Okay, that's not tyrannical whatsoever. Zelensky told Scott Pelley in a 60-minute interview that aired at CBC on September 17. Ukrainians are very grateful to the United States for the support word. The support didn't come from the United States. No, you can't pinpoint the ones that actually give you that. Nobody asked me, Zelensky, and I'm part of the United States of America. So I tell you how it worked. Those guys over there decided for all of us, because some of them voted in the office because of certain interests. So they will take care of those interests to give you money, to take care of their business with Russia. Nobody asked me, right? And I disagree with this proposition. I vote for you one time and you have 4 years over there in the office doing what the hell you want to do legally, like giving you $100 billion in defense aid. Not weapons that kill other people. No, it's defense aid. That's the euphemism that everybody, we're going to help Ukraine defend itself. How do you help them? Just look at it. Blowing the other guys up, right? Anyway, but the international community must decide, must. It not has to, must. That is, must. You must do that. You don't have to. No, you must. Whether to stop Russia now or allow it to go further. All right, and when he talks about further, he talks about invading the rest of the world. And I'm quoting this weasel. The whole world. Man, that's your problem with Russia. It's not the world problem. You and Al Capone made it. I mean, Al Capone made it through you. And they tried to drag the whole world in this. This is crazy. But anyway, it's your little problem with another country. You try, and this guy tried to make it bigger. I refuse to work on that little framework. All right? So when you say the whole world has to decide, no, it's you with them. That's it. As it was Saudi Arabia with, what are those guys that fought over there in their little war. That was their problem. It was not a global one. I wonder why that was unimportant, but this one is so important. Again, the thing what happened in other countries when you have little wars, they're unimportant. Why this is so important? Oh, because of what? They want to make it that way. So you have to decide. We can't change Putin. Why should you try to change someone? That means someone else has the right to change you, unless you think you're perfect. And obviously he thinks that. He doesn't need any change because he got the pinnacle of absolute humanity. Russian society overall has lost the respect of the world. He decides, this is the judge. He speaks like a high priest, don't you think? So he decided that whole society lost of the world. He speaks in the name of the world, not of his little tribe. And that's not, you know what I mean. All right? He's not talking in the name of that little group. No. He's talking about the whole world, including you and I. In my name, somehow, that weasel. They elected him. Whoa. You said he's a dictator and you said there's no democracy in Russia. Now they elected him now? Which one is it, buddy? You see how these guys are functioning? They use a term when it's or democracy, and when that works against them, they immediately change the rule, or they call it differently. So we can't. They elected him and re-elected him and raised a second Hitler. So you guys, somehow you elected him. Now it's democracy over there. 2 times democracy, and you guys raised a second Hitler. Well, why not Moses? I mean, if you look at the Old Testament and if you read it, I wrote 2 books on that. You can go and check them on Amazon. I published them a while ago. I talked about how the Bible, the good book, says, what the good book says about Moses. See what kind of orders they get from Yahweh, okay? To do what? With the Amorites and the Babalites and Copolites and Canaanites and go and check it out. When they conquer, they get the order to conquer a little city-state over there. what's the order they get from that guy Moses gets. Yeah, that great guy who's in the painting a mural in the Supreme Court of the United States of America. If you go over there, you're going to see Moses over there with his laws. But he received orders to raise down towns and, hey, take slaves maybe? No, he can't be that. And save the virgins, only the virgins. I wonder why the virgins and not the ones who are not virgin or the old people. And just read the Old Testament, my friend, is right there. Or read my books. I have clear explanations on the text. So again, Putin and Hitler, okay, well, you are free to make your assessments. I'm partly free to make my assessments. Why partly free? Because that's the narrative that is allowed by these guys, and my narrative is not allowed, even though I'm not saying anything that's not true. Black on white, go and take the good book. The good book don't lie, remember? They did this, right there. They did this, that is the Russians. We cannot go back in time, but we can stop it here. Citing the roughly $70 billion the United States has contributed to Ukraine's war effort, now there's more than 100 billion. Now, which one is it? It's more than 70. If you expected that level, the United States of America supporting Ukraine financially, United States of America, no, some motherfuckers use us to straighten some things over there for their sponsor. Supporting Ukraine financially. It's not supporting Ukraine financially, it's supporting their interest through you. They use the Ukrainian nation to promote a certain kind of action in Russia, which is kneeling Russia. And you are over there taken, elected, by the way, by the Ukrainian nation, because you're Ukrainian too, what the hell, and you were put over there to do this. Remember, when he ran for election in Ukraine, he said he ran on a platform of peace and implementing, I was about to say Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines. Where are they? We don't know. And this is the world order that we're supposed to accept and embrace? No. So the Minsk agreements 1 and 2, that's what his main message when he ran for election. I'm going to make peace and everything, yes. And now, if Ukraine, now he makes a scenario. If Ukraine falls, Putin will surely go further. No, I think you will attack United States if Putin falls. I mean, I'm basing my statement on so much evidence as you base yours. But hey, you're a high priest, I'm just a guy here, okay? So Putin will surely, that's it right there. What will the United States of America do when Putin reaches the Baltic states? First, he's not going to, because Jesus Christ is going to have his second coming. That's my scenario opposing your scenario. Fucking idiot. When he reaches the Polish border, well, he's not going because the United States is going to tell Putin back off, and Putin will just be afraid, going to take a shit and go back to Moscow. Well, another scenario, I can go on and on and on with scenarios with no evidence. The same. There's no evidence. This guy, the evil guy, dictator that you, the Russians, elected him twice to democratic ways. He's going to go to Belarus. He's already there. To Baltic states and Poland and go then. What is this? And if he knows everything, why doesn't he just tell me the lottery's winning numbers for the next drawing, so I can go and play and get a billionaire? When he reaches the Polish border, he will, right there, he knows the future, this guy. Why? I don't know and how. This is a lot of money. Okay, from reaching the border to Poland and the Baltic States, it's a lot of money. We have a lot of gratitude. What else must Ukraine do for anyone to ensure our huge gratitude? I tell you. And he said, we are dying in this war. No, this is what you have to do. You have to stop it right now. You have to get the fuck out. And the Russians and Americans have to decide for, unfortunately, Ukrainian nation. Because we see what that was over there already with Yermak, Shmihal, Reznikov, who's gone right now, this weasel and others. So That's what needs to be done. Okay, no more money, no more war right now, and then discussed and agreed upon. These guys want to liberate people that don't want to be liberated. You know, someone wants a divorce and you don't want a divorce. You're going to keep her with you. How are you going to keep her with you? How are you going to keep her with you? Punching her every day when she tries to leave or something? Basically, these guys are telling us we're going to deoccupy, liberate the territories with people that don't want to really be with you, a majority, or that's a lie again. Yeah, all right, my friends, right here is just this guy knows everything, makes scenarios, and he talks in absolute terms. When you hear something, yes, this is what's going to happen tomorrow. No, it will happen tomorrow. What's the evidence? I mean, if you make a statement, for instance, I said, yeah, okay, let's take this one. Putin never said he's going to invade Belarus, or what's the name, Baltic states. Now, Belarus and Baltic states in my head is like crazy. So, Baltic states or Poland. Where did you get that thing? Oh, because he has a problem with you? Actually, with the United States? I mean, if you get the narrative that the Russians attacked, unprovoked Ukraine, yeah, they're crazy, man. But if they were crazy, they would have used the nuclear weapons and everything would have be done in 2 hours on what? February 24th, 2022. But they're not crazy, it seems like, that dictator. And besides, he puts, again, that's a Old Testament thing, just read it, the collective guilt. They have it 7 generations. So if you make a sin, your families for 7 generations will be a part of that. I mean, you don't bulldoze a house if you arrest someone. So if you commit a crime, the government doesn't come and bulldoze your house and get your family out, does it? Well, I know some places where that happens, and that's collective punishment. Well, how is that possible? The same, you guys are guilty of that. What are you talking about? We didn't vote, that's dictatorship. We are the victims. Help us, please help us. Well, you gotta help us too. You gotta overthrow your guy that you voted for. So it goes like crazy. I voted for, but we are supposed to what? Overthrow him like you guys overthrew Yanukovych in 2014. What is going on here? A little bit of consistency though. Anyway, the point is you Russians are guilty and it's your fault. You created another Hitler, and this guy who knows everything and he's the good guy, he tells us that if we, all of us, don't help those interests cause that use America and Zelensky and the Ukrainians right now, then Putin's going to take over the world like Hitler wanted. But hey, we try to do it for him. So if it's not him, it's going to be us. But since we're good, Pax Americana right there. Jesus Christ, it's so idiotic. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.